KWCH. You're watching 12 News at 10.
A Kansas town about to get a California company. After 47 years, California's La Tortilla factory closing up, setting up shop now in Mound Ridge and right next to the Tortilla King, owned by Flagship Food Group.
12 News reporter Rachel Hallam spoke with the city's mayor about the economic growth that the town is seeing now.
And make Mound Ridge great.
Flagship Food Group is moving their 47-year-old tortilla factory, La Tortilla, to the Mound Ridge community. Doors in California are set to close March 31st and make the move to Mound Ridge. For the city's community, the economic growth is huge benefit to new businesses.
And it's just a bunch of revenue that small towns can get that otherwise, is not available to them.
Mayor Schmidt says this will provide job opportunities needed in the area.
Anytime you can, even if you can add 10 or 15 jobs to one existing business, is a big plus.
He hopes other towns realize that Mound Ridge continues to expand and that others should start taking notes on their economic growth.
We're really one of the only communities in this area that has seen the exponential growth that we have seen. So, I incorporate that to the industries we have here in town. People are looking for jobs, they're here, so, that's just a big plus.
12 News reached out to Flagship Food Group for information on the expansion and received a statement saying, in part, as a company, we are always looking for opportunities to grow, and the acquisition of the land north of our current property was step one. They continued, Mound Ridge has been a solid partner through this particular project. In Mound Ridge, Rachel Hallam, 12 News.